Hello everyone, this is our next video number 7 of chapter as structure of atom. In the previous video we have studied about the radius calculation. As you know that radius is equal to n square h square by 4 pi square m k z e square, where if we calculate the constants of these, we have 0.059 angstrom into n square by z. N square is number of shell and z is atomic number. For the single electron system, it is 0.529 if the z is 1. For hydrogen atom, if z is 1, then the value is r a naught Ne square for hydrogen atom. We already calculated these in the previous video. Now today we are going to calculate the velocity, time period and energy. For calculation of velocity, we have equation mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi. So v equal to nh by 2 pi mr. By putting the value of equation number 1 into equation of 2, the value of r, by putting this value in r, then v equal to nh by 2 pi mr n square h square into 4 pi square m k z e square. Here n cancel, h cancel, pi cancel, 2 m cancel. So we have 2 pi k z e square by n h. We are putting the value of r here, so it is 2 pi m n square h square. We put the value of these things. So velocity is equal to 2 pi k. We can write like this: k z e square. Write z here, z by h and n. These all have a constant value. So v equal to 2.18 into 10 to the power of 6 z by n meter per second. This is the value of velocity of electron in different shells. If the number of shell is 1, then the velocity is equal to 2.18 into 10 to the power of 6 z. If for hydrogen atom, if it is z, then it is also 1. The velocity of hydrogen atom in the first shell is 2.18 into 10 to the power of 6 meter per second. So we can calculate the different velocity of different electrons in different shells by this equation. So here we can conclude that velocity is directly proportional to v is directly proportional to z, or v is inversely proportional to number of shells. By considering this, we can calculate the velocity of electron in different orbits, like v equal to 2.18 into 10 to the power of 6 into z upon n into z upon n. So we can calculate if n equal to 1, equal to 1, then the velocity is equal to v equal to 2.18 into 10 to the power of 6. For hydrogen atom it is 1 and for first shell it is 1. So the V1 is equal to 2.18 into 10 to the power of 6. We can use this V1 value for Vn. N is equal to Vn is equal to, if Vn, then Vn is equal to, this value is V1, so it is V1 by N. For different shells we can calculate velocity by this equation. For n equal to 2, V2 equal to V1 by 2. So the value becomes 2.18, half of this value by 2. So half of this value, you can calculate the half of this value. V3 you can use V3 or V1 by 3. We can instantly calculate the velocity of different electrons present in different shells by this method. Next is time period. What is the time required for the electron to move in an orbit? Time period means time period of revolution. Time period of revolution. To revolve an electron in a definite shell, what is the time required? We know that velocity is equal to distance by time. In a circular path, the distance is 2 pi r, as it is the circumference of the circle. So t equal to 2 pi r by v. We can use the radius, calculated radius and velocity in these two terms. So here t is directly proportional to the r and t is inversely proportional to the velocity. We know that r is directly proportional to the z and inversely proportional to the, r is directly proportional to the n square and inversely proportional to the, or r is inversely proportional to the, or we can say that r is directly proportional to n square by z. Likewise, v is directly proportional to and inversely proportional to, where we calculate today the velocity is directly proportional to z and inversely proportional to n. Z and inversely proportional to n. If we know the radius or velocity and number of shells or number of atomic number, we can calculate t. So t is now directly proportional to r by v. That is, t is directly proportional to n square by z or z by n. So we can say that t is directly proportional to n. By calculating it, t is directly proportional to n. So time period completely depends on the number of shells. As the number of shells increases, time period also increases. In the case of velocity, we calculate that Vn equal to V1 by n. N means number of orbits. If the number of orbit is 1, then it is V1. If it is V2, then it is V1 by 2. Means as the number of shells increases, the velocity of electron decreases. As the number of shells, if it is V3, then it is V1 by 3. If it is V4, then it is V1 by 4. So as the number of shells, n is number of shell or orbit, as the number of shells increases, the velocity decreases. So velocity of electron completely depends on the number of the cells, and if the velocity decreases, then time period also decreases. So time period is completely depends upon the number of orbits or number of shells. Our next calculation is energy calculation. We always say that as we go from 1s to 4s, the energy or we see the energy diagram in the lower classes like 9th and 10th. So how do we calculate energy of an electron? Calculation of energy. Calculation of energy. First consider electron which is present at infinity. At infinity means R at infinity. Radius is, this is away from the nucleus attractive force of attraction. Electrostatic force of attraction here at R infinity is 0. And to bring electron from the infinity to R, we do some work with R. We do some work, and for that we need some energy. To calculate that type of energy, we consider the electron at infinity. So what is energy? The energy means potential energy plus kinetic energy. What is potential energy for this electronic system and kinetic energy for this electronic system? Kinetic energy is equal to half mv square, as we know, and potential energy for this system can be calculated as, it is force of attraction between these two, the electron and proton. So it is Ze square by the distance between these are R square. By integrating it from R infinity to R, by bringing it from R infinity to R, we need to integrate Z square by R square dr. So by calculating this, we use, this is we know that this is force of attraction, force into distance. Force into distance is work done. So this is F into S. F into S. We can consider again Z square by R square is force. As we know, force of attraction between two electrons, force of attraction, electrostatic force of attraction is equal to Z square by R square. So this is force of attraction F, and the distance from here to here, this is dr. The force into distance. Force into distance is work. So this is work done by this electronic system. So this is F into S. By integrating it, we get Ze square by R. So this is potential energy, this is kinetic energy. So by adding this potential energy and kinetic energy, potential is equal to minus Ze square by R, and kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. We get our first equation. By putting the value of R from equation half mv square, okay? By putting the value of R and V in this equation, we get another type of equation, that is, as we know from the energy calculation, force of attraction is equal to centripetal force. So this is Z square by R, Z square by R square, and the centripetal force is, what is centripetal force? mv square by R. R cancel, so V square is equal to V square is equal to Z square by by putting the value of this V in equation 1. This is equation 2. Put value of V square in equation 1. We get E equal to minus ZE square by R plus MV. So it is M V equal to ZE square by MR, and 2 here, 2. Cancelling MM, we get, what we get? We get E equal to minus ZE square by R plus ZE square by 2R. By calculating this, 2R minus 2 ZE square plus ZE square equal to, now E equal to minus ZE square by R minus ZE square by 2R. This is the energy of an electron. Now we can calculate another type like R equal to, we know that from the radius calculation, R equal to, what R equal to? Just remember the equation of R always as R equal to, repeat with me, n square h square by 4 pi square m k z square. You must remember always the radius calculation to calculate the energy or different things. E equal to, now z square minus z square by 2. This is equation, next equation, equation number 2, 3. This is equation number 4, if it is equation number 4, and this is equation number 4, and this is 5. This is equation number 5. Put the value of, put equation 4 in 5. We get 2 R. R means n square h square 4 pi square m k z e square. Here minus now calculate minus z square z square e 4 pi square m k by 2 n square h square. Okay, so E equal to minus z square by n square. This and this. These all are constants along with 2. So E4 pi 2 cancel. This is 2. This is 2 pi. This is 2 pi. E4 2 pi square mk by h square. Again, see carefully. See carefully the calculation. E4m so these all are constant. The value of this is E equal to minus z square by m square into 13.6 electron volt. So this is the energy of an electron in cells. Or if the shell is 1, 2 and 3, what happens then? if you consider this is electronic system, if it is n equal to 1, n equal to 2, n equal to 3, n equal to 4, then the energy of electrons in different shells, n is number of shell electrons in different shell. If it is for hydrogen atom, for H atom, as Bose calculated the energy of the hydrogen atom. If it is hydrogen atom, the energy of first shell, if we consider E equal to minus ZE, Z is here is 1 square by n. If it is for n equal to 1, n equal to 1 and Z equal to 1. So it is also 1 square into 13.6 electron volt. So E1, we can say that this E is E1. E1 equal to 13.6 electron volt. We can use this equation for energy calculation of different shells. For En is equal to, now En is equal to, if it is minus Z square by n square into 13.6 electron volt, we can say that En is equal to, this is minus Z square by n square, this is E1. And for hydrogen atom, Z equal to 1. For H atom, Z equal to 1. So we can also write En equal to E1 by minus E1 by n square. And if it is minus, this is minus 13.6, we can directly use Z square by n square. No need of writing minus Z square by n square. So this is E1 by n square. E1, what is E1? E1 is minus 13.6. Minus 13.6. So no need of writing minus again if we consider Z is 1. Now for different shells of hydrogen atom, if En is equal to E1 by n square, then E1 equal to E1, if n equal to 1, if n equal to 2, then E2 equal to E1 by 4, that is minus 13.6 by 4 is equal to, calculate it, it is 3.4 electron volt. For E3 it is minus 13.6 by 9. For E4 it is minus 13.6 by 16. So then if you write here, it is 13.6 electron volt, it is 3.4 electron volt, it is about 1.5 electron volt, 1.5 electron volt. So you can see here that if electron is present in the first shell, the energy of that electron is minus 13.6, means there is minimum energies. Minus indicates that higher the value of minus and lower is the main value. So 13.6 electron volt means minimum energy. As we go from first shell to second to third to fourth shell, the energy of the electron decreases, and the difference between the energies of first cell to second cell or second cell to third cell is not same. The energy of different shells are different. For this is for hydrogen atom. Both consider the hydrogen atom for their. So we can say that the energy of E1 is always lower than energy of E2 is lower than energy of E3 is lower than energy of E4. So, and you can also calculate energy directly by this value. Energy of n shell is inversely proportional to the number of the cell square. Thank you.